Loves a musical collaboration, but this latest one from our next guest is something a little different. When rocking out to Aussie bands, there are a few different choices. You can do the pretzel with the Wiggles.
Do the pretzel, do, come on, let's sing it now.
Or you can drink some cheap wine with Barnsey. But now, at long last, you don't have to make the choice because two of our greatest exports have united. And with nearly 20 million album sales between them, they're a force to be reckoned with.
I'm a canoe, okay, canoe. And I can march around a 4 feet or two.
Inspired by Jimmy's grandkids, the Wiggles and Barnsley's new album is called Och I the Canoe, and he's ready to meet you.
Well, the elephant will trumpet out and shoes about it. Now I got new shoes, shoes for canoe.
Would you please welcome the Blue Wiggle himself, Mr. Anthony Field.
How are you, buddy?
Did you ever think when you started the Wiggles all those years ago that one day you'd be teaming up with this great man?
Absolutely. Oh, no. No, you know what, Jimmy, a couple of years ago, and if you know Jimmy, you know how generous he is with everything. My brother Paul, tragically lost a baby, and he did a concert for SIDS, and that was years and years ago. And Jimmy put his hand up first, and that's the first time everyone knew Jimmy. But he did. It was called Cradle Rock, and I always know Jimmy's just a good fella, you know. So I never,
I'll give you one thing. Cradle Rock is a lot easier to say than Och I the Canoe. I'm trying to figure out what it means, and I'm told it's something to do with a wildebeest that lives at Glasgow Zoo. Is this right?
It's sort of... Okay, the new is actually like it's a Scottish phrase meaning, yeah, just now, you know, I've seen it just now. Yeah. So this is a long story, I'll cut it short. My grandson, Dylan, who is quarter Thai and the rest Scottish, but he looks like a Scottish baby. Red hair, blue eyes, freckles, all that sort of stuff. Gorgeous. My wife tries to speak Scottish to him, you know, so she was saying one day, oh, okay, the new to him, like, and I'm a bit deaf. And I thought she called him a Gnu. So from then on, I called him the Gnu.
So you made up a character?
I made up a character, and you read him stories in bed. I want the light out so you go to sleep, otherwise you won't go to sleep. Yeah. So I had to just make up stories, and so I made the Gnu about
character. Him. Does Glasgow have a zoo, by the way?
Glasgow doesn't have a zoo, and canoes don't wear kilts either.
Right. There's nothing factual about it.
Nothing factual.
I had to do Scottish accents for an audio book that I recorded recently, and it's bloody hard.
Is that for your Frankie Fish?
It is Frankie Fish, yeah, Frankie Fish. But how do you go with the Scottish accent?
Oh, terrible. Yeah. Absolutely terrible. That's why Jimmy's the expert. You know? I left it all to Jimmy. But, you know, I played bagpipes and I always loved to... I was a piper in the Army, Australian Army, so I've always loved Scottish music. And I don't know, Jimmy's loves his culture and remembers his time in Scotland and coming together, and he had a real passion for Scotland like I do and the music. And with the Wiggles, we've always tried to... Kids are more open to all sorts of music. So this is a really great... There's a lot of Scottish music in there. And
all the Wiggles are there, like past and present
We
Wiggles.
all want to... Mate, it's like... Jeff's painting the house. Jimmy Barnes, I'll be there.
Yeah. Well, if anyone's going to wake up Jeff, it's going to be Barnesy.
I've actually tried. I do have a black skivvy. I've got a black skivvy. They got me to come and sing at one of the concerts for charity to wake up Jeff. Yeah. And I almost succeeded.
Is the skivvy made of leather?
He really did sing Wake Up Jeff, and Jeff was awake for 2 weeks.
We spoke to Murray, I think it was, before you guys did your adult shows at the corner.
On, that sounds a lot.
They were for adults. They weren't necessarily adult shows. Anyway, how did they go?
Oh, they're incredible.
They sold out in a minute.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. People, so we did pub gigs for charity, and actually Jimmy's son Jackie's the drummer for us. But anyway, so yeah, people turned up and they had their singlets or T-shirts when they were 3 years old. You know, they're 23 now, and they were holding up their little Dorothy hats. It was unbelievable. It was the greatest. We've done it about 4 or 5 times. It was absolutely wild, to be honest with you. It was great.
Hey, Anthony, did people turn up at the normal show, like still dressed in weather?
It's so funny. You know, today a lady was in the front row with a Dorothy hat. She wore 23 years. Yeah, she got 23 years ago. You know, we've gone 26 awesome. Years now, and she's in the front row with her kids. So that was great.
That's absolutely awesome.
I hope Feathersaw wasn't in the mosh pit. That would be dangerous.
Well, Barnes' new album with the Wiggles, you might have to say it.
Okay, the Gnu.
Is out now. Would you please thank Anthony Field?
Yeah.